The girl sleeping soundly had no idea. Her blood had stained the sheets red. But strangely, she didn't feel any discomfort in her body. Even after arriving at the hospital, she just took a regular number and waited in line. But the next moment, she coughed up another mouthful of blood. Right after that, Sarah was rushed for a thorough examination. The doctor warned her, even though the results aren't out yet, with such heavy bleeding, the situation might not be good. During this time, rest is crucial. Yet Sarah didn't take it serious because she had no symptoms of discomfort at all. Even after coughing up blood, she actually felt more energetic. Never exercising before, she surprisingly went to the gym. After returning, she even bragged to her boyfriend, who was away on business, thinking it was just a common cold. But her boyfriend Peter's expression was serious. He told Sarah the test results were it was a rare terminal illness, and it was already in the late stages. Sarah was furious, not because of the illness, but because her beloved boyfriend actually told her via video call.
Sarah, you're going to die.
Why can't I cry?
After arriving at the hospital, the doctor explained the details to her. This disease has no symptoms and causes no pain. It is a margin of error given for more precision, meaning she will definitely die, though it is uncertain how long she has left. It is just a matter of time. And after hearing all this, Sarah remained calm. The doctor suggested she prepare her affairs in advance and handed her a flyer. It was a cloning project by a gene company. This serves those with little time left, an identical person, to live on in their place, so loved ones don't suffer. After returning home, Sarah thought for a long time. In this world, he only has two family members. One is his beloved boyfriend, Pete. The other is his mother, who likes Lala. Finally, he made up his mind. His illness and the cloning matter will be secretly hidden from his mother until after he passes away. Then the clone will appear to take his place. But only after arriving at the company did he learn. Cloning requires a large sum of money. Sarah simply can't afford it. However, the staff suggested installment payments. After he dies, the clone will continue to pay off the debt. All he needs to do is spit into a test tube and wait for an hour. Sarah agreed. And so she sat there for an hour. The staff brought the cloning. But during the coding process, the gene that determines eye color had an issue. The clone's eyes turned blue. Now there are two options. Destroy the clone or get a 95% discount. Sarah chose the latter. After returning home, Sarah found some of her clothes for the clone, but they didn't fit well. The clone's figure and skin were much better than hers. 10 months later, Sarah felt like a ghost, witnessing with her own eyes her boyfriend getting intimate with the clone. During these days, the three of them lived together. The clone asked her, "Do you not have a specific time of death yet?" Sarah firmly said tomorrow. She has a doctor's appointment. But her boyfriend acted as if he couldn't see her, urging the clone that the restaurant's reservation was almost high. When they arrived at the hospital, what she didn't expect was, after a series of tests, the doctor actually told her she was cured. He even suggested contacting the genetic company immediately to destroy clone, because the law only allows cloning for those on the verge of death. Under Sarah's calm exterior, a storm was already brewing. She was afraid of being found out and hadn't dared to contact her mother. She even pushed her beloved boyfriend towards the clone. This time he rushed to his mother's house as soon as possible. But to his shock, her boyfriend and the replica were there too. The three of them had an agreement. Before Sarah's death, the replica couldn't meet her mother. However, the replica had been hiding this from him, secretly contacting her mother. But when she confessed everything, her boyfriend and mother didn't show a hint of joy.
Don't you fucking talk to her. You are done! I am going to destroy you! Alright, come here. I am. Sarah, you are not. You are nothing.
Let's go outside.
Outside the room, Sarah couldn't wait to get intimate with her boyfriend, but was coldly pushed away. She told Sarah that she has fallen in love with the prince's replica. Even if destroyed, she wouldn't reconcile with Sarah couldn't believe all this, begging her boyfriend where she fell short compared to the replica, and could change. But her boyfriend turned around and left without hesitation, and locked her out. No matter how Sarah shouted, no one opened the door for her. She thought her mother didn't hear. But when she came to the front door, her own mother not only didn't open the door for her, but also mercilessly pulled the curtains shut. After enduring for so long, Sarah started cursing at the two. After venting, she immediately went to apply for the destruction of the replica. But when she found a lawyer, she was dumbfounded because her replica had survived for too long. It also had human rights and submitted a retention agreement before to avoid the situation of two people existing simultaneously. The government would host a life and death duel. Whoever survives will be Sarah. Both sides have a year to prepare, but she is someone who faints even from a small cut. And during this period, she has to pay for the replica's living expenses. Even worse, her boyfriend kicked her out of the apartment. Feeling disheartened, she packed her things alone. Her boyfriend was on the phone with the replica, reminding her which things she couldn't take. What broke her heart even more was her mother didn't allow her to enter the house either. Sarah had to rent a cheap small room to prepare for the life and death duel. A year later, Horror found one online, Horror Combat training room with very low fees. The duel will take place in an open area. Choose one from the 5 weapons provided and fight to the death. The trainer reminded him to prioritize ranged weapons. Then the training officially began. But his physique is too weak due to never exercise. He could only manage 3 extremely non-standard push-ups. His coordination is even worse. The simplest forward roll becomes a complete disaster for even sprinting. He can only endure for about 10 seconds. This series of high-intensity exercises left him collapsed on the ground. The trainer was also helpless seeing this situation. With only 1 hour of class time each day, he suggested Sarah find a way she enjoys to train her physical fitness, like dancing, swimming, etc. Class time will be entirely devoted to practicing combat skills. At night, he who usually loves a little drink chose to quit alcohol to overcome his own fear. He specifically watched revenge movies filled with flying tomato juice and turned the volume up to the max. Now he has only one belief: to take down the clone in a life and death duel and reclaim his own life. Afterward, he trained his physical fitness daily in the dance studio, following the trainer, practicing combat techniques, facing himself in a mirror, even training by himself late into the night because he knows the clone has better conditions. He even went to the morgue to watch autopsies to strengthen his mental fortitude, specifically running to the dissection room to watch others dissect bodies, barely holding back his nausea, eyes glued to every step. The time for the duel is almost here. Sarah, however, went straight to the clothing store, spent all her money on a nice outfit. If she loses in the duel, she can at least die with dignity. The trainer gave her one last lesson.
Shoot my dog.
I can't do it.
At that moment, Sarah noticed the clone peeking outside. Without hesitation, she pulled the trigger on the then dropped the crossbow and chased after him. She never intended to hit him, otherwise she would be executed for the crime of murder, and the clone didn't try to escape either. The two of them just sat together and started chatting. Sarah confronted him about stealing her life, but the clone insisted that this was his life too. He was created specifically to replace him. The clone complained to him that life wasn't going well. Not only did he have to endure endless calls and texts from their mother, but he also constantly fought with his boyfriend over the tiniest, most trivial things. The clone took Sarah to a support group meeting. Some people there had survived near-death experiences. Others struggled to fit into society. The group leader asked everyone present to write 10 letters to their other self.
I only have 2 days left with you. You've made me realize how lifeless your body truly is. Bathing in lukewarm water. I don't know how to become you. I still don't. I hate that you forced me to live with those people. It's depressing. I've thought about ending it all too. But We both know there can't be the doubles. Even though I didn't choose to be created, I don't want to disappoint anyone the way you did.
Sincerely.
This made the Sarah truly understand. Those so-called clones, they're human beings too, and they want to survive just as much. If they fail to fully replace their original selves, they'll be destroyed. The fault isn't theirs. It's the system set by the government. So the two decided to flee the country together. When they got home, Sarah stayed up all night without sleeping. She picked up a knife and hesitated for a moment. In the end, she put it down. They had agreed not to bring any weapons. Then she drove to pick up the clone. The clone envied her for knowing how to drive, saying he never had time to learn. Once they reached the border, the two went over their checklist, comparing what they needed to bring. The clone pulled out a water bottle. He brought, suggesting they hydrate before starting. He even encouraged Sarah to drink more. Sarah didn't think much about it and started drinking it down in big gulps, while the clone kept staring at her strangely. During their escape, Sarah wouldn't stop talking, fantasizing about how wonderful life would be when the two of them lived together in another country. Meanwhile, the clone stayed silent, trudging forward with a heavy heart. Then suddenly, Sarah, who had been rambling non-stop, came to an abrupt. The clone finally turned around and gave her a deep, meaningful response. Blood slowly trickled from the corner of Sarah's mouth. Her gaze locked onto the clone with unyielding intensity. In the arena of the life or death duel, the allotted time had already passed. Everyone was waiting for Sarah and the clone to appear. Just then, a figure staggered and stumbled toward them.
Sorry, I'm late. Which one are you? The original. Sarah. Where have you been? My car had a bit of trouble. What kind of car trouble? I accidentally messed up the steering wheel while turning, or maybe I stepped off the pedal that stopped the car.
Despite this answer being full of holes, the staff didn't seem to care, and hurriedly reported that the clone hadn't shown up. Meanwhile, Sarah's boyfriend and mother on the side cheerfully waved at her, and Sarah smiled back. The mysterious disappearance of the clone was serious business. Sarah was subjected to intense questions. Her house was turned upside down, and the border areas were thoroughly searched. But in the end, they found nothing.